Welcome to Side Hustle Rules. You're joining Kish and Lou. Hey, KT, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good, but I think if you would have seen me a little earlier, you would have probably seen me at my desk with tears in my eyes, and you'd have seen me with tears in my eyes because I'm upset that I have been recommending going into real estate, a career in real estate, or a side hustle in real estate as a good side hustle. I think it might be one of the worst side hustles I've ever recommended is telling people, hey, consider going and getting a career selling real estate. I don't know.
Interesting. You know that I am uh, in real estate.
Yeah, Kish, I know. And I know a lot of other folks that are in real estate, and we can see people all the time who've made huge amounts of money. But the real estate industry, I think, is changing. There's a lot going on.
So are a lot of industries. I mean, our economy currently has affected a lot of industries across the board, not just real estate. But
Well, let me go into it. Let me show you this. This is just one of many articles and news casts I've seen, news programs. Here, let me show you this. It says here, and this is on CNBC. It says how the cost of home buying and selling will change after landmark court loss over real estate commissions. And then it says if you look in the middle there, it says the recent 1.8 million jury verdict against National Association of Realtors and several top brokerage firms highlights the mounting legal and market pressures on real estate commissions. And then it says, if you look at the second one here, it says a recent Keefe, Brewett, and Woods, whatever it is, analyst reported that $100 billion paid in real estate commissions annually could be cut by 30%, with as many as 1.6 million agents losing their source of income. So, yeah, I mean, I'm a person who really, I want to help folks. I want them to be able to see what kind of side hustles they can start. And I'm recommending this one. And I know you're in real estate, but do you think there's a future in this?
of course, of course, people
I'm
are always
shocked.
going to need a place to live. And I think people are going to continue to use real estate agents. So I think agents are safe, as well as the different professional services that service the real estate industry. I would not be uh, scared by these numbers that you see in these different articles.
Well, let me show you clip, this clip, and tell me if you think if this clip scares you at all.
Can we ask you about this lawsuit about real estate commissions?
Your stock is down on the expectation that broker fees, especially for the buyer fee, will be lower. Therefore, income to Douglas Elliman will be lower because of this. Is that the case?
Yeah,
Investors have that right?
I think income for every agent in the entire United States. This is just not here. This is the entire country. And
Is what? Income's going to what?
well, if it does not if the appeal is not won, yeah.
He's stumbling over his words. He can't even get it out, but he knows what's true, or at least what I'm seeing and what I'm reading, which is real estate commissions are going to be reduced. And some folks over a million are going to be without a gig, without a side hustle, without a full-time job. You
I
don't
don't
see it that way.
I don't see it. I mean, you get what you pay for.
Hmm.
If you want to use the services of a professional who understands the process, who can connect you to the right resources to um, get through that whole buying process without any hitch, you're going to have
Hmm.
to pay a commission. You get what you pay for. Just like with anything in life, if you want to use a product or service, there's going to be some money exchanged in the deal. It's transactional.
Well, I don't disagree with you, Kish. I mean, I'm a firm believer in negotiating skills and being able to negotiate. And I think if you're selling or you're buying a home, you want to have somebody representing you that has good negotiating skills. But it just seems to me like, why would I, represent a buyer if I'm not making any commission?
Again, I wouldn't let this, what you're seeing in the media scare you if you're someone who's out here who's looking at real estate as um, a viable way to make extra money.
Mhm.
I know your whole channel is about side hustles, and I do think that real estate is a good option. As a matter of fact, I know several people who are in the process of becoming licensed in their state.
Yeah, yeah, and I know realtors too, and other than you and some other folks that are mutual friends, but at the same time, it just seems to me like when I think about this is not a side hustle I can recommend anymore, not in good conscience. So I guess we're going to agree to disagree, but I'm going to say when it comes to like either buying, selling, or holding, in this particular case, if this was a stock, I'd say sell.
I'd say buy. Um, I just think, just for me personally, the experience in real estate is really helped me. And I was just reading a Market Watch survey talked about billionaires and millionaires and
Mhm.
uh, where they came from and what their, how they developed their skill sets. And many of them came up in real estate. They developed their negotiation skills in real estate. They made their money in real estate. A lot of these celebrity entrepreneurs that we see on TV, like those panel judges on
Mm,
the Shark Tank, they've made money in real estate. They
yeah.
cut their teeth on, their negotiating skills through real estate. And I just find it a really good opportunity for someone who wants a side hustle to
Yeah.
jump into real estate.
Well, I'm not gonna disagree that you can really hone your sales skills, your negotiation skills in real estate. No question about that. No question at all. So yeah, I agree with you. I think 4 out of the was it 3 or 4 of those Shark Tank judges all were in real estate. I don't remember the number. But yeah,
Mhm.
so we'll agree to disagree. I still think this is the worst side hustle I've recommended, but you bring up some really good points that you can't really argue with.
Yeah, and as far as this class action lawsuit, I mean, who's really benefiting from these class action lawsuits? I mean, we see class action lawsuits all the time. I mean, we
Mhm.
look at what happened with Kia.
Yeah, yeah,
Is it really the Kia owners who are going to benefit by receiving a check for $50? Or is
yeah,
it the big law firms that are initiating these class action lawsuits? Just like in this case, who's
yeah.
really going to benefit? Is it going to be the buyers and sellers, or is it going to be these big law firms that initiate these class action lawsuits?
Well, I think we know the answer to that. Hey, listen, I've got a couple more minutes here. I'd like to get to 2 comments that viewers have made, and I think that they're appropriate for our audience for right now because I think they're really applicable. Let me get down to get to the questions here or the comments rather. Here's the first one. This is from a viewer who watched our video, Side Hustle Rules, Top 10 Side Hustles in 2024. And it says here, the person commented, nice list, similar to what I've seen on other channels, but really like your explanation of each one. You simplify and make things seem achievable. Thanks. And the reason, KT, that I wanted to put this up, number one is it's one of the side hustles, I'm recommending side hustles. But number two, is the person mentions that this is similar to lists they see on other channels, and no question about it. But to me, it's not even about the side hustle. It's about what you do with it. It's
Right.
about whether you take that side hustle and build it into something, or you take that side hustle and let it be stagnant, or if you take it and you just run it into the ground. Do you agree? What's your thoughts?
Definitely. It is, we're talking about side hustles. So, you can receive all of this great information and be connected to all these great resources. But if you
Mhm.
don't utilize them to make them work for you, then, you know, you're not going to get anywhere. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, and you mentioned great resources, and one of the great resources that is out there is my side hustle starter kit. And what I do is it's free. I give it to folks. It covers the
shameless plug, shameless.
It is a shameless plug, but it's the truth, Kish. I mean, people need to know how to start a business. I've started how many, a dozen, maybe more than that, to a few that hit the multi-million-dollar mark. Yeah, it's a shameless plug, but get my free side hustle starter kit today. There's a link in the description box. It's all yours. So, KT, let's get to the second question. And we've got two. This is the second one we're going to go over. And this one was one where you were talking about one of the Shark Tank judges. And look what he says here. This person is from Impact LUMC. Lies like his will destroy the integrity of the banking system and then start a downward spiral. KT, tell folks about that video. What was it about?
Oh, yeah, that was a really interesting discussion where Kevin O'Leary talked about he just did not believe it was unethical or wrong to lie on a business application to get a business loan. I, of course, disagree, but that was his stance. That there are many people who do it, so why not? If it gets you the business loan, why not embellish a bit?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you just said it. It's like, it's about ethics. It's about being honest, and it's also about being able to sleep at night. Because if you lie in that loan application, you're getting a real estate loan. You lie on it. How can you sleep? Because I'd be worried that someone's going to be knocking on my door at the middle of the night. So
Right. A very wise person once told me, the way you do one thing is the way you do anything. So,
mhm.
would you really want to do business with someone who, something so basic, lie on a business application? And eventually that would be found out anyway. There's a whole
Yeah,
underwriting process that you have to, verify different pieces of information to prevent that. And
mhm.
it kind of, yeah, it's an
Yeah,
ethics thing. It's an ethics.
yeah, it's an ethics issue. You're right. Well, listen, that's all I got today. Just wanted to thank you once again for coming on here and talking about my egg on my face. And you disagree, which I'm glad you do. But
Sorry, to have egg on your face. You're not vegan, are you? I don't know.
no, no. All right. Well, listen, that's all we got. So I just want to say thanks again and to tell the folks out there, thanks for watching. Look for us next week on the Lou and Kish Show. Have a
Don't
great day,
forget,
everybody.
don't forget to subscribe. See you next time.